Hi, this is Rev Ed with today's Back Porch Devotional from Psalm 80. Give ear, O shepherd of Israel, you who lead Joseph like a flock. You who are enthroned upon the cherubim, shine forth before Ephraim and Benjamin and Manasseh. Stir up your might and come to save us. Restore us, O God, let your face shine, that we may be saved. O Lord God of hosts, how long will you be angry with your people's prayers? You have fed them with the bread of tears and given them tears to drink in full measure. You have made us an object of contention for our neighbors, and our enemies laugh among themselves. Restore us, O God of hosts. Let your face shine, that we may be saved. You brought a vine out of Egypt. You drove out the nations and planted it. You cleared the ground for it. It took deep root and filled the land. The mountains were covered with its shade, the mighty cedars with its branches. It sent out its branches to the sea and its shoots to the river. Why then have you broken down its walls, so that those who pass along the way pluck its fruit? The boar from the forest ravages it, and all that move in the field feed on it. Turn again, O God of hosts, look down from heaven and see. Have regard for this vine, the stock that your right hand planted, and for the son whom you made strong for yourself. They have burned it with fire. They have cut it down. May they perish at the rebuke of your face. But let your hand be on the man of your right hand, the Son of Man whom you have made strong for yourself. Then we shall not turn back from you. Give us life, and we will call upon your name. Restore us, O Lord God of hosts. Let your face shine, that we may be saved. This is the only other place in the Psalms, besides the 23rd Psalm, where God is referred to as a shepherd. Give ear, O shepherd of Israel. It was not unheard of for rulers in that time to be thought of as shepherds, but this is a special designation as we consider that God is our shepherd. The Lord is my shepherd, as David wrote. A shepherd guides and protects his flock. A shepherd does everything necessary to draw back those who are wandering and to sustain the weak and make sure that the strong don't trample on them. A shepherd is the one who, as Jesus said, lays down his life for the sheep. And this is the one to whom the psalmist appeals. He makes reference to some northern tribes, Ephraim and Benjamin and Manasseh. So it's perhaps this was written before the Assyrian invasion that destroyed the northern kingdoms. But he can see trouble coming. He can see that the enemies of Israel are closing in around them. And he appeals to God to revive the nation and to protect them. He talks about Israel also in another metaphor. He talks about it being a vine that was transplanted from Egypt into another place. And it was tended and cared for and grew. And now he's essentially saying, Lord, your vineyard is being trampled on. Will you not rise up and do something about it? O Lord God of hosts, how long will you be angry with your people's prayers? He says that they need to be restored. 3 times in this psalm is the refrain, restore us, O God, let your face shine, that we may be saved. And there's an allusion here to the blessing that was given in the 6th chapter of Numbers that the priests would use to bless the people of Israel at each gathering. You may have heard it. The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face to shine upon you and be gracious to you. The Lord lift his countenance upon you and give you peace. The image there is of coming into the throne room of the king. And if he didn't look at you, that meant you were nothing to be regarded. But when he turned his face to you, it was like the sun shining upon you. You could rest in the knowledge of his favor, and you could be at peace. This is a prayer for revival. Restore us, O Lord God of hosts. Let your face shine, that we may be saved. You know, we wander from God's ways all the time. And whenever we are going through troubled times, it is always good to ask ourselves whether or not There's something we have done that God's trying to get our attention for. We know often we go through troubled times because this is just a broken world. But in any event, we should always pray that God would restore us and strengthen us and bring us back to where we were before, that we might experience the blessing and the shining of his face upon us. Our hope is in the one that is referred to at the end of this psalm. Let your hand be on the man of your right hand, the Son of Man whom you have made strong for yourself. Then we shall not turn back from you. Give us life, and we will call upon your name. Now the psalmist was probably referring to the king of Israel as the Son of Man whom you have made strong for yourself. But we know the Son of Man is none other than Jesus Christ, who is the King of Kings. He is the one whom God has appointed to help us be restored, renewed, and recreated into the image of God where we were made. Again, this is a plea for revival, and we need to fervently pray for revival, beginning in our own hearts, and then moving to our families, our neighborhood, our church, our community, our nation, and the world. Fervently praying for God's Spirit to move and re-energize us, to restore us and renew us as we have been created to be. It's one of the best prayers to pray, and we need to be praying it more and more. It's easy to look around this country and imagine that God has perhaps abandoned us to our enemies, as so many awful things are going on in our country today. But God is the one who restores those who are faithful to him. And we can be faithful no matter what's going on around us. But we should always pray for revival. We should pray that God would restore us. We should pray that his face would shine upon us again, that we might be saved. And the promise is that in Jesus Christ, this is what is in store for us. So we can pray for this with absolute hope and confidence. God's blessings be upon you this day.